Are you serious? Are you serious? Tonight is the State of the Union address, and this will be President Barack Obama's last time to give it. Or is it? There's speculations that he'll still have a third term. And more importantly, I think it's another level. There's rumors already swirling that President Barack Obama wants to be the next Secretary General of the United Nations. And it would give him a powerful position coming just from leaving the presidency to the Secretary General of the UN. You know, a lot of people say that the President of the United States is the leader of the free world. And that has been true for some time. But will this move, if he becomes the Secretary General of the United Nations, would that make him the leader of the world? Well, let me tell you something. He is going to give a different kind of address than's ever been given. We don't know what that means, good or bad or indifferent or what. Is he going to talk about the past of what he's done, or is he looking to the future of America, or is he looking to the future of the world? Is this a global citizens address instead of a State of the Union address? Well, here is some information we're getting. The White House is billing the President Obama's seventh and final State of the Union address as untraditional, an opportunity to move beyond the usual laundry list of policy proposals and ambitions toward a broader consideration of the president's legacy and the country's direction. Characterize this change in approach as a way for Obama to convey his optimism for the nation and his hopes for how America might remember him. But the decision to forego the usual catalog of ideals for congressional action says a lot about where the president finds himself. At the start of his final year in office, as he stares out of this joint session of Congress with both chambers of Congress run by Republicans and the city Obama once promised to unite, more fractured than ever, and dug in, there are very few items left on which the president and this Congress can come to an agreement. Instead, as both Obama and the Republican Congress, who run the legislative branch, angle to help their respective parties win the White House, the fight has moved to the battleground of ideals and persuading actors other than the federal government to advance their respective agendas. Oh, here we go. So again, Obama wants to go around the system. He doesn't want to give a traditional address. He doesn't want to stick to the Constitution. He's looking for a way to work around it, which, folks, only causes the foundation of this nation to crumble. Let's move on. Obama's pitch to the country will be that staying the course and that his administrative layout, mostly through legislation in the first 2 years of his office when the Democrats had the congressional majorities, and then through executive action afterward, will bring about a better America. That's what he said would happen, all right? The president wanted to step back and take a look at the future of this country, the challenges we're going to go through, making sure that we're focused on an economy that gives everybody a fair shot. How about an economy that grows? The bigger the pie, the more pieces are available, instead of a little bitty pie and cutting it equally. You've got to make sure you've got enough, all right? This is the difference between liberalism and progressivism, or super socialism, or leaning toward communism, than free market, free enterprise democracies, which aren't perfect. Nothing's perfect. But one thing's for sure. We already know communism don't work. And these ideals are, from Mr. Davis's lectures or from the basement of Bill Ayers, we already know they don't work. All right? And it's quite obvious as our nation is in trouble, as our manufacturing base has gone, and people who once had the American dream no longer have it, but are trying to figure out how they got the American scream. Oh, you don't want me to give the State of the Union address. It would be a different approach, I'm sure. The White House Chief of Staff, Dennis Magooda, says that he'll be very optimistic. He'll be very action-oriented, but it won't be your traditional. No, because he's not going to go through Congress. So everything he's going to try to propose to do tonight is around the Constitution, or he's trying to use executive orders, or if this Congress won't act, I'll do it, and that kind of thing. So we're going to have to see what this is all about. I think it's going to be a very divisive, very fractured, and he's going to throw out some stuff and try to sell it to the world and to the American public. I think what you're looking at is a president right now that's preparing to move into his next phase, and that is he would like to rule America from a different seat of authority as the Secretary General of the United Nations. The rumors are already everywhere. Matter of fact, there's even reports, Fox News Nation, with the Washington Post, all over in different parts. Benjamin Netanyahu is already quietly behind the scenes saying we can't let this happen. We got to have somebody with a different, better perspective, more neutral perspective. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on all of this tonight as the President of the United States delivers his State of the Union address. Now, what I normally do every year on the State of the Union address is I go live right after the address with my response from a biblical perspective of what we heard. I've done this ever since I've been doing live broadcasting, and so tonight we'll do it again. So after the State of the Union address ends, come to my channel at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com, and we'll give you a biblical perspective as I'm getting ready in 60 days from now. I'm getting ready to hold on March the 12th. I'll be holding a Bible prophecy conference in West Monroe, Louisiana. The title of that conference, Take America Back. It has to do with the church's responsibility, the body of Christ. But I want to see veterans. I want to see patriots. I want to see folks who love this country and know that its greatness will require us to get back to the basics of the Bible and to understand that we have to stand on the traditions that help build this great nation. It will